Know Thyself. As we just discussed, this book's core belief is that you can overcome anything and become anything if you know yourself. We have to stop saying, I should. I should not do this. I should not feel like this. I should not desire this. Instead, learn to see yourself. I'm liking this. I accept this. I'm doing this. I may not like it, but it is what is happening. I'm feeling it. It just is so. This is the power switch. From acknowledging what is, you are able to step out of being a victim to yourself. We have to acknowledge where our weaknesses are in order to change anything. And with time, you may even see that what you label as weak may not even be a weakness at all, but a guide, a sign, a pointer, and so much more. I invite you to look at this book as more than just a guide to quit sexual behaviors that displease you. This book is a meditation. This book leads you into your deeper self and your ability to gain insight into your own nature. Naturally, I recommend that you approach this process like you would approach a dojo. Bring respect to this practice. Bring mindfulness. Bring willingness to learn and ask curious questions into these challenges. And of course, yourself. Why am I hooked on this? Why am I angry with women? Why am I feeling shame? Why do I want to overcome this? I highly recommend you start a meditation practice alongside practicing what is in this book, as it will accelerate your understanding of this material. Meditation at its simplest form will be the most effective. Put aside mantras or breathing patterns, but simply sit for 30 minutes. Be still and wait for everything to slow down. Be with your own boredom. Be with your frustrations. Be with your impatience and just continue sitting. No need to change anything about how you feel, because that attempt to change is anyhow just your own inacceptance with how you feel. Just watch that. Let it be there. Seeing yourself as you are leads to knowing yourself. You know, meditation has been for me a companion. And the reason for that is because in meditation I become my own companion. I have become sober from alcoholism 12 years ago. And it's been an up and down, a huge challenge and an intense ride at times. They always say that any addict or alcoholic doesn't suffer until they stop drinking. Doesn't suffer the consequences, doesn't suffer their addiction. And that's really true. Like when we start putting the crutches away, we all of a sudden have to feel the impact, the intensity of who we are, the thing that we used to numb. And this book is just a little part of what I'm offering here on this channel. Because this particular section talks about a relationship that we have as men with our self-pleasure. And for me, it can be something that really holds me in its grip. It can be something that becomes easily the escape. I feel bad on a day and masturbation becomes just this thing that like is pulling on me just to feel good quickly. Hit that dopamine button, right? But it can also be like the scrolling on my phone. It's like endless, like anything, or eating stuff or whatever it is. They are distractions. And I want you to know, as you are starting to get familiar with some of this, and maybe this particular section of my work has been the entry point, I want you to know that my work isn't about giving up masturbation and self-pleasure. In fact, I think if we have self-control, discipline, self-knowing, our self-pleasure is something powerful that we should hold in high regards. But the reason why I teach practices on how to distance yourself from it is because it can also slip very easily into an area where it becomes this attachment. And I teach tools how to get free of this attachment so you can bring it back into a place where this is being something that's special for you and not just a crutch and a distraction. So look at this particular piece of my work with a pinch of salt. This is not NoFap. This is not a recovery addiction program. I talk about a lot of addiction not because I think you are an addict, but because the teachings from addictions are applicable to all of our habits that we have and that we struggle with. And anything that feels good can turn into a habit, and any habit can start to border on and it can border on addiction, even though you might not be like, I'm not addicted, and that is totally fine. I don't need you to define yourself. I don't need you to adopt a label, but I'm trying to teach you awareness and then the skills to bring things back into a healthy balance. And I hope this specific chapter of my work here helps you with that.